All right, we ready?
Yes, Your Honor. Let me
Did we
ensure
find
that
your client?
um, come again, Judge?
We're trying to find your client.
Both my client, Miss Hunter, as well as the witness. Her name is Terry with an A, Rogers.
I see her. Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor. Christina Stifler on behalf of the state.
Good morning. Okay, I see Miss Hunter, and I see Miss Rogers. I unmuted her, and I also.
Ms. Heather Sprague, Your Honor, is the victim in this case. She should also be present on Zoom.
The victim is present?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Miss Rogers. Okay, and okay, you want to admit her, the victim?
Your Honor, she's already been admitted.
Where?
I'm not sure where she is on your Zoom.
Your Honor, Christina Stifler for the state. Ms. Sprague, the listed victim, is present. I don't think she wishes to be seen. She's just here to observe. She's not going to be speaking. She did provide a statement for us to read.
Well, okay, but she's unmuted, of course, correct?
She's muted, Your Honor.
I mean, she wants to listen.
She's listen. Yes, she can listen, but she is not going to speak. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I got it. Okay, I'm trying to find her. Okay. You sure she can hear?
Yes, sir. I told her to text me if she had any difficulties, and she hasn't.
So you in contact with her via your phone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it. Okay, Mr. Carson, state, Miss Hunter.
Yes, sir.
And Your Honor, so at this time, just as far as the roadmap is concerned, our intent this morning is going to be to offer some information to the court via one witness, who is Miss Rogers. I see that she is present via Zoom right now. I am intending to reserve argument as well as the remainder of the presentation of our evidence until a later date. I did speak with Ms. Stifler about some of the logistics of all of this late yesterday, so I think that we've kind of coordinated much of that as far as it all goes. But we are at this time prepared to proceed with the testimony of Ms. Rogers.
So what happened to the other witness, the lady that was
Ms. Viday? My conversation with my client, who did indeed speak with Ms. Viday, was that she will be available sometime after Thursday, which is when her family, I guess, is leaving town. She was the one who had the scheduling conflict with our initial sentencing date that Thursday afternoon. So she's available moving forward from that Thursday. We do have a number of other witnesses that we will be calling as well.
Wait a minute, a number of other, I thought it was that lady who had to take a family member to the airport, and there was another witness who had connectivity issues because he or she was in the mountains. So it's going to be other witnesses in the other than those two?
Correct.
Okay, so when? Let's set a firm date.
Okay. Well, I don't know what the court schedule is. Friday, Judge, is not a good day for me. I actually have a jury trial that's just about to get started in Baker County. I
can't hear you. What are you saying? What are you saying? I'm sorry. What do you? I didn't hear you. You were breaking up.
Judge, I said Friday schedule-wise is a very bad day for me. Also, I've not spoken to my client or any of my witnesses about that day. I do have a case in front of Your Honor on the week of the 5th. I don't know if there's a time that week that may work. I certainly can coordinate with all my witnesses to ensure. I don't expect that'll be an issue.
Well, we didn't anticipate it was going to be an issue this time, but it's an issue.
Well, we did anticipate it was going to be an issue. We filed a motion to continue.
Yeah, but we didn't think it was going to be an issue when I said it at the date we agreed.
Judge, the date we agreed, we did say it was going to be an issue.
When we set it on Thursday, you knew in advance that it was going to be a issue with these. You didn't know in advance that the lady had to go to Mayo. You didn't know in advance that the lady was going to be had an issue taking someone to the airport. You didn't know there's going to be a connectivity. You didn't know that in advance.
That is accurate. What we knew, Judge, was that it was spring break in Nassau County, and many of our witnesses have school-age children, and it was going to present some level. We didn't know specifically what the scheduling issues would be, but we did have an idea it was going to present an issue. We raised that issue immediately when the court set the sentencing date.
Okay, so what I intend to do is pass it for those two witnesses for April 5th, 10 o'clock, continuation of hearing on motion, and we will determine on April 5th when we will have a date and time to continue the hearing. I suggest you subpoena these witnesses so they have an obligation to be here, because if they do not, then I will talk to them and make sure they understand that if they fail to appear, then it's more than Mr. Carson and Mrs. Hunter being upset.
Understood.
Now, if you chose not to, and they're not here, that's on you.
Agreed.
So if you tell me on Monday, the 5th, that the witnesses are unresponsive, they won't call you back, then there's nothing I can do.
I understand, Judge.
They may not call you back in 2022, and I'm not waiting forever. So
I understand that, Judge. There's no issue with that.
Okay, so let's make sure we understand each other.
And
For scheduling purposes, we'll pass it to any other witnesses.
any other witnesses, correct?
We'll pass it to April 5th, 10 o'clock, hearing, continuation of hearing, of sentencing hearing.
And that's 10 p.m., Your Honor, or 10 a.m.?
Yeah, to be set. Well, of course, you come a little early, that's fine, but that's just a control date. And we will set a date, which is one day that week, which is convenient for Mrs. Hunter and all of her witnesses.
Understood.
And the state. Okay.
So the 5th is a to be set.
Yeah, that we will decide on the
Okay.
on the 5th, and it will probably be an afternoon, which means say 1:30.
Okay.
So provided and the only issue I would have in the afternoon if I have a jury trial. Otherwise, we're good to go.
Understood.
So I know Mrs. Hunter and the alleged victim and everyone concerned is anxious for this issue to be resolved, while at the same time addressing everyone's concerns, the state's concerns, and ensure that your client's constitutional rights are protected. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Now, with that in mind, all right, is Miss Hunter present?
Yes,
Ms.
sir, I'm
Hunter
here.
is present, Judge.
Okay. Miss Rogers, can you hear me? Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Okay.
Sure.
Raise your right hand, ma'am. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to provide the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
We're appreciative that you're here, because I'm quite sure that you have there's other things that you could be doing, be it work or play. And we appreciate you making the sacrifice to be here with us to help us to make a sound decision in this case. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. With that in mind, Mr. Carson.
Thank you, Your Honor. Please, the court.
Yeah.
Good morning, ma'am. Would you please state and spell your name for the record?
I swore her in.
She was sworn.
Okay.
Yes, my name is Terry Rogers. That's TarryRogers.
Thank you, Ms. Rogers. And where do you currently live? We don't need your specific address, just generally.
Okay, I live in Fernandina Beach, Florida.
Okay. And Ms. Rogers, do you know the defendant in the case, Ms. Debra Hunter?
I do.
Okay. And how do you know Ms. Hunter?
I know her by her being a neighbor. She lives right down the street from me. I met her 5 years ago when I would go by her house walking my dog, and we would chat, and I began to know her and enjoy our conversations. Her children are close to me. They come down all the time. They're really like my grandchildren. And that's how I know the family.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for that. Now, I understand that you have a statement that you have prepared regarding your relationship with Ms. Hunter. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, Ms. Rogers. And if you would please proceed with reading your statement.
Okay. This is a letter that I prepared, I guess, a couple of months ago. And I guess it was in the packet that went to the court. But I wanted to state that I am retired. I have worked many years in social work in Georgia with the DFACS, with the juvenile court, with a nonprofit called the Family Connection. So, I wanted to give you my credentials at the beginning. But I wrote this letter to share with you the woman that I have come to know in the last 5 years. Debra is a hard worker and an established businesswoman in the community, but she has other attributes as well. When the pandemic began, she reached out to the elderly people in our community and would deliver groceries when they needed it. She also befriended a neighbor who lived right by me, who was in the midst of a divorce, and she offered her help with her children and, everything that she could do for her while she was going through this process. I would also like to share with you the recommitting of her life to God. She attends church every Sunday with her family, belongs to a weekly Bible study, and also with a fellowship group through her church. I also thought it worth mentioning that Debra has sought counseling for several years, and she continues to do so in an effort to work through her personal grief, trauma, and adversity as she's endured since moving to Florida a few years ago. It's quite apparent to those of us who know Debra personally that she is deeply remorseful about her actions on that particular day, and even chose to send the victim, the woman, a letter of apology. And though the letter was unsolicited, Debra felt that it was important to ask for her forgiveness. But more importantly, she sought forgiveness from God, and He has certainly done that. However, Judge Ruth, the negative impact on Debra's life, as well as the collateral damage suffered by her husband and children, has been tremendous and difficult to witness by those that love her and care about her. But despite the negative attention and the notoriety, as well as the social, financial, and emotional ramifications, Debra, through the grace of God, has maintained a radiance of peace and joy, and it's evidence to all of us that know her. Judge Ruth, Debra willingly pleaded guilty to the charges. She just wants to continue to move forward in a positive direction. I am simply asking you to view her in a different context as opposed to those regretful moments in which someone happened to document and consequently share her mistake with millions. That short and regretful 15 seconds video has been viewed over millions by strangers who continue to condemn her and publicly condemn and judge her every day. I'm asking you, Judge Ruth, that in the moment you go about serving justice to Debra, please try to empathize with how difficult it must be for her to attempt to move forward each new day through the relentless court of public opinion that will neither forgive or forget. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Ms. Rogers.
Mr. Carson, any questions of Ms. Rogers?
Your Honor, I have no follow-up. I think that letter well encapsulated what Ms. Rogers' thoughts were. Certainly, if the state or the court has any specific questions in terms of follow-up, I would tender the witness.
State, any cross-examination?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Ms. Rogers, we appreciate it. It was well written. And it appears to be a heartfelt letter. And we need to make that a part of the official court record if we have not already done so. Make sure the state has received a copy. Okay? Ms. Rogers, we wish you Godspeed. Good day.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay, so now, any other matters other than what we previously discussed? We need to reconvene on April 5th. Anything from the victim state?
Your Honor, we do have a victim impact statement, but I would just ask to read it on the date that the court is going to impose.
Yes, I just want to know, does she have any questions at this time that she would want the state to ask?
No, sir, not at this time.
Okay, all righty. Good day to you, Ms. Rogers.
Thank you. Good day to you.
And Ms. Hunter, good day. Yes. Okay, so Mr. Carson?
Your Honor, we are to be set 10 a.m. April 5th. We will be there.
Okay, all right. Good day.
Thank you very much, Judge.
All right.